who are you asking it to? Because if you're asking it to what's his name, Caravigio or whatever, he's gonna say he was a man who betrayed his alliances. But I think if you say it was Hannah, she may view him as more of like a wounded figure that got her back to being normal. So maybe in her eyes, he
Yeah.
was like a hero or a saint because it got her back to being functional after losing her friend that died to the mine. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's like I
Yeah.
think it just depends on. I agree. I think as us as audience members, I don't like him, but I can see, maybe why he did it. But again, I agree. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Chicago Cinephiles Podcast. I am your co-host, Daniel. Join with me, as always, is the marvelous James and the illustrious Stephen. Fellas, how we doing today?
feeling
I love being
like
illustrious.
feeling like America's going to win a bunch of golden ducks during the
Yeah.
Olympics.
You guys are both golden in my books.
Cold ducky.
If you guys didn't know, it's the opening ceremonies to the Olympics right going on here in the next
All right.
hour.
Oh,
So,
really? My God.
yeah. So, anyways, I'd much rather watching that than watching this movie, but we'll get into that later. Spoilers. So,
Spoiler alert. We did that.
yeah. For those of you who are new here, welcome. This is a terrible episode to show up to, but welcome. We appreciate that you're here. For those of you who are coming back, welcome back. This is a podcast where we usually go over Oscar winners and we determine if they should have won or not. Have a little quick discussion about them, a little summary, go kind of talk about what was going on in the world as to why maybe it won, and then at the end give our opinions on should it have won, yes or no, why or why not, and then we'll kind of talk about it. So, without further ado, we had the 1997 winner, 1996 movie called The English Patient. It was based on a 1992 novel released November the 15th, 1996. Is that Veterans Day? What a terrible day for it to be released on Veterans Day. Making all those guys suffer PTSD from seeing this movie. Um, Actually had a pretty good star-studded cast though, surprisingly. Which
Oh,
I guess not surprisingly because it won a crap ton of stuff. But what were you saying, Steven?
incredible cast. I mean,
Yeah.
really.
Had Ray Fiennes. Had how do you say her last name? Is it Juliette Binoche?
Benos.
Binoche, thank you. William Defoe, Kristen Scott Thomas, Naveen Andrews, and then Colin Firth. Oh, I guess I should say they played. Sorry. Ray Fiennes is Almasi, Juliette Binoche, Hannah. William Defoe is Carvigio, Kristen Scott Thomas, Catherine, Naveen Andrews was Kip, and then Colin Firth was Jeffrey Clifton.
Clifton.
Jeffrey Clifton.
That's a very British name. Jeffrey Clifton. Hello.
You know,
Hello, Jeffrey
this is
Clifton.
like the third or fourth movie that Colin Firth has been in that's won Oscars because he was in Shakespeare in Love, this one, and King's Speech. I never heard of him except for King's Speech. So it's kind of cool to see him like in these sort of supporting roles I'd never even noticed him in.
Yeah. He's really
And
great.
he was in a lot of movies.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was in quite as many. It's pretty cool. Um, so this movie had this is kind of a weird thing. The budget was it gave like a range, just said anywhere from 27 to 43 million. So that's kind of weird. That's my age range as well. Someone asked 27 to 43. It's like you can't get away with that. But the box office score was 232 million, so they 10 times their money for the most part.
Wow.
It was nominated for 12 nominations, winning 9, which is
Man.
crazy, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actress, Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, Best Film Editing, Best Original Dramatic Score, and Best
God.
Sound.
Too many.
And then AFI has it ranked as the 56th greatest love story of all time, which that's probably
Mm,
Wow.
accurate. That's probably because I don't really watch romance, but if you just maybe just take the like love story, it may be worth it, But anyway, we'll get into that a little bit later. But next we are going to have our very own Steven give us a summary of the movie, and then from there we will hop into the podcast. So Steven, take it away.
Well, this is going to be very brief because I didn't know how to do a lot of this. So, a very brief summary. The English Patient is a sweeping romantic period drama set throughout World War II. The story centers on a horribly burned man known only as, quote unquote, the English patient, who is cared for by a Canadian nurse, Hannah, in a deserted Italian monastery as the war ends. As she tends to him, he recounts memories of his past life as a Hungarian cartographer exploring the Sahara in the 1930s. There, he fell into a passionate, doomed love affair with Catherine Clifton, the wife of a fellow explorer. Betrayal, jealousy, and wartime politics ultimately destroy them both. Uh, the film weaves between past and present, exploring how love, identity, and guilt can consume a person's life. That's how I sort of felt it
Nicely done.
because there's a lot going on.
No, it's
I mean, it
beautiful.
was greatly edited, unlike this movie.
So finally, y'all are on my side for like the okay, cut the chase. Let's go. Come on.
We'll definitely talk about that. All right, so now let's go on. What we usually do is we usually try to talk about real world events that were happening during the time period, because maybe that, influenced, sometimes I know people just do an Oscar grab and they kind of just they'll put up that movie that everybody wants to see or whatever. So that being said, let's go ahead and dive into the year 1996, which is pretty cool because that's also an Olympic year, which is the year we're in right now. Um, in January, Arafat was elected leader of the Palestine. I always laughed at his name as a kid, and that's why I always remember his name because he has the word "fat" in it. Because like it's like you saying "yes, sir, fat." It's
Did you
like
also laugh at the European joke when you figured that one out?
yeah, and
Yeah.
ICUP.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
uh, and then nerd news in February, world chess champion Gary Kasparov loses game to the computer, the first time a computer ever beat a human, but he did come back and beat it ultimately. But nowadays, I have a feeling a computer could just destroy. They don't do this anymore, probably for this reason, but they used to do it. It was really cool. In April, I don't know if I can say this, but I hope we can. The Unabomber was arrested. I think we can say it, not get flagged.
Wow.
In July, the Dolly the sheep became the first successfully cloned mammal.
Oh,
I
cool.
remember seeing this in my Guinness Book of World Records that I got from the Scholastic Book Fair. It was like a big spread. I was like, that's really cool. In July, the Summer Olympics in Atlanta were held.
Oh, wow. That's
Um,
right. That's right. I forgot about
USA,
that.
USA.
Yep. And then in July, also sadly, the bombings at the Centennial Park by Eric Rudolph happened.
Wow.
In August, Game of Thrones book released. So
Really?
Still waiting for him to finish it.
for all of you George R. R. Martin supporters out there, stop it. He's lazy. He's had 30 years to write 5 books or whatever. I don't want to hear it. And I will fight anybody over that. Um, freaking
Let's
Tolkien
go for it. Let's
went to
start.
World War II or World War I and still wrote the book faster than this guy did.
Well,
Anyway,
this is how Stephen King writes. I mean, come on.
seriously. Well, and
He's
like Brandon Sanderson, who you guys are probably gonna start hearing more of now because um Amazon just bought or Apple just bought his rights for his whole book series called the Cosmere. During COVID, he
oh,
wrote
wow.
4 books in one year, and they all are like very highly rated in the fantasy world. So it's like it
Oh,
can
hold
be
on.
done, my guy. You're just it's words
Did
I
you
can't
just,
Well,
say because I'll get in
he types
trouble.
like this on like a Windows DOS machine. Come on.
God, even that you can be faster than that. Lord. Anyways, yes, I'm passionate about it. August and also August of that year, Charles and Diana's divorce. was
Oh
finalized.
wow. Wow, wow, wow.
In September, Tupac Shakur was shot and killed.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then the one that I still remember to this day has affected me the most was in December. JonBenet Ramsey's body was found.
I did.
And
Wow.
as a true crime fan, that always is like stuck with me. And there actually some like headway in that. They actually have DNA that they're going to try next couple years to like test or whatever because they nowadays they can test DNA without destroying it, but they want to make sure they have enough of it. So we should have an answer. Not that it matters. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because hopefully the guy's person's still alive, but we'll find out once and for all who did it.
Oh my, can you
I mean
imagine?
Okay.
that like I mean that like to this day, like in the true crime world, that just has a grip on people. Similar to kind of how like the Savannah Guthrie situation right now is. It's crazy.
Oh, exactly. Oh my word.
Um, Alrighty. So enough about that. I don't know who's having a worse time. Uh Savannah Guthrie or us. Watch this movie. No, I'm just playing. That's mean. Okay. So what were our initial thoughts on the movie? I will go first. I had never seen it, nor had ever heard of it. So I had no idea going into it, but from what little bit Steven told me,
I
unfortunately kind
really
of
gave you a great setup for it, didn't
I
I? I mean,
came in with it. But to be fair, Steven's told me that before and I've liked stuff. So I just kind of, took it with a grain of salt, hoping that would change. And we'll find out at the end if it did or not. But I didn't have much of an opinion. James, what about you?
Um, so I remember starting this movie like many years back and never finishing it. So I was like, I wonder why I didn't finish that movie. And I was
oh
like,
yeah.
so I tried to go with new expectations, and I was like, oh, okay, I know why I didn't finish it.
And then Steven, what about you for the second
Like I said,
time trying to watch it?
after this, either before the Oscars or no, after, I don't know. Some friend of mine had me over and we were watching it, and I remember falling asleep on the floor and waking up and going, him going, "Do you want to know what happened?" I don't really, you know. I think I woke up when the plane was, crashing there at the end. I was like, oh, it's fine. You know, I was just so not, it did not capture me at all, So, I was really looking forward to a second viewing.
I know kind of
We all want to know, did you stay awake?
Um, I watched this in different segments
that's what you have to
to
do,
make sure
yeah.
that it wasn't the ambient that it is. So, after, okay, 15 minutes is enough,
That's what I do. I
But
usually try to watch them in like spurts of 40 minutes. I can't sit still for like 3 hours anymore like I used to. I just get too antsy.
so, but
Voices
yeah,
are soothing. I will have to say that.
oh,
What'd
yeah.
you say?
The voices are soothing, so it kind of lulls you in.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Did you guys enjoy the non-linear storytelling?
What
I'll
about you,
go
Jim?
first. I liked it because I didn't know if Ray Fiennes' character was a good guy or a bad guy.
Hmm.
And so I like had it started and like obviously if he's rocking around if he's wearing German gear and then it cuts to him burned up, we're not gonna feel sorry for him. But because he's burned and we don't know his life, we don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy because he speaks German. We don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I appreciated that because to me it made the story. I think it added depth to the story because it made me like, okay, I feel sorry for this guy because he's burned basically beyond recognition and has to have pain mess the rest of his life. But I wouldn't have felt that way if I would have seen him with an iron cross in the first 2 minutes of the movie.
I see what you mean. Yeah. The only thing that bothered me about the flashbacks was that the filmmaker, maybe the cinematographer, the director, really felt forced to like make a connection each time they went back and forth.
Mm.
Like, the shape, the flow of her dress would look like the flow of no, the flow of material would look like the flow
The
of the
dunes or
desert.
whatever, yeah.
We get it, we get it. We're going back in time. We get that's the only thing that sort of bothered me. But I really did enjoy the back and forth. You know. What about you, James?
It was it was fine. Like I don't think it was as effective. Like you know, going back and forth. Like I don't know, Amadeus was, but like I think
Mm.
Amadeus did a better job than this movie did about going back and forth. Like it was fine. Like it's a good device. It kind of gives us these little puzzle pieces. Like and apparently like the burn, like they tried doing like you know what you're saying. Like they were trying to go back and forth. Like a little fun fact is the burns of the skin. They tried to make it like a map of one of their Sahara expeditions or whatever that they showed. So they actually tried putting that a little bit in there.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It was fine. It
Oh
was
yeah,
okay for that
that's
part.
that's a good segue. We forgot to do the fun facts. We're having so much fun. I'm gonna limit it to one fact. So James, you gave me yours. Steven, do you have a random fun fact to give?
Oh,
Let
no.
me see what I was gonna say. Blah 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 blah. I mean,
I have
there,
another one.
Or
what
James, if
what
you want to knock
what
out two of them, go ahead.
hit it, baby, hit it, baby.
Okay, so this is the only time that I can figure out how to put this fact about the Academy Awards in it. So the person that plays Hannah um had her Oscar touched up, and apparently for the lifetime of you having that Oscar, you get it touched up. And her son played with it so much it started to peel and chip away
Hmm.
because her son like it was like his favorite toy, and apparently she would just give it to him so he would like behave. And like it got so messed up, the Academy had actually had to fix it. And you get that as a lifetime. So fun fact.
I never knew that. I never knew they like would. I mean, I guess it makes
I've
sense,
been
but
I've been trying to find the perfect opportunity to put this fun fact in this movie. Fun fact and about that for the academies.
that's cool. Steven, do you have anything, or you just want to move?
Well, this was the first digitally edited movie to win the Academy Award for
Nice.
best. The editor was going to start out to edit the movie, mechanically, but he switched to digital when his son suffered a medical emergency, and he worked from home editing the film.
Oh,
So this was the
Pretty
first,
cool.
but it took 4 years. Let's see, what did it say? 4 years from first draft of
shooting
the
to
screenplay to final cut of the movie. Four
Wow.
years, which is a
yeah.
long time. Oh, and the other thing that just killed me was Ralph Fiennes' burn makeup took 5 hours to apply every day. He insisted that the full body makeup be applied, even for scenes where only his head would be filmed, because he's an actor. Yeah. So I don't know. That made me crazy. The makeup people were like, "Really? We have to do it again?
He just
Really?"
likes because I just looked it up, Steve, but it only took him like 2 or 3 hours to do Lord Voldemort makeup. So that really tells you.
So he was like, "This is nothing."
I actually appreciate that, honestly. I actually appreciate that. Like, it may, like, I don't know if you were making a joke about it, Steven, but I actually appreciate that, like, he gets full in character with it. I really like to do that, like, to get full body. Like, to me, I
Oh,
mean,
I see.
I feel like
I
that's
see.
like, you're getting your, like a better word, money's worth. Like, he really wants to be fully invested into the character. I appreciate that.
Well, can you imagine the makeup people going, "We have to do the whole thing, even though it's the
Right.
same."
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Really?
are we getting paid by the hour or by the inch? Because I can, you know, I can do your whole back for you, buddy. Um, okay,
Let's
so
really
here's
burn it, for God's sake. Let's bloody
obviously
burn
we're
it.
gonna have a little bit of spoilers here. Here's one of the main ones. So, do you guys think that the affair between Almasy and Catherine was legit, or do you think it was based on passion slash loneliness?
Hey, okay. My take is it was not legit. They were just, I don't know, they were just, I guess, lonely. I guess you could say that, but I don't think that's a good justification for it. Like, I don't know. I think that question is no, not really.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of saw that they were connected. They were attached to each other. They were attracted to each other pretty quickly. Like when he asked her to dance, uh, the song that's playing in the background is, "It seems we stood and talked like this before," but who knows where or when, which is a big thing about I we don't know each other, but we've met and fallen in love before. So I was like, "Oh, that's a neat little touch,"
See, Steven, I thought the song in the background was "I Think We're Alone Now" by Tammy or by Tiffany.
Oh, Tiffany.
I think
Well,
we're
they're
alone
very
now.
similar.
There
They're very,
doesn't
very
seem to
similar.
be anyone
You know,
around.
it could have
And
been one of
then
the Debbie Gibson oeuvre.
And then I
You
think
never
they
know.
also sang it in a mall, just like her music video. So like, yeah, fun facts.
Was that the Sister Harris at the ball? Was it East Town or I forgot more. Was there a merry-go-round
It,
next door?
it was East Sahara, okay? Like
And they glamour shots you like that?
I when I first realized the direction it was going, I started rolling my eyes because I didn't feel that the chemistry was real.
You didn't.
I felt like it was I felt like it was loneliness and just pushed. And I was telling James before we started, I can't turn my brain off like my real life things, and like glorifying affairs is just something I'm never going to be a fan of because it's affected my life and it's probably affected all of our lives. And
Hmm.
like I just can't. I understand like did she probably marry him maybe because she had to, or did she ever really love him? I get that, but at the end of the day, you are still married. Like I know it's a different time period. Obviously, women couldn't really get divorced in. I get it, but it just I don't know. It just really irked me. Um, but I mean,
Well,
I think they both had passion about, obviously, about archaeology as well, or cartography, whichever one. But I
mhm.
do also think like, oh yeah, it's like, oh the truck's way down. Let the cute blonde woman stay behind, like while we go and get everybody fixed. And oh no, a sandstorm. We have to get in the car. Just
Don't
me
you
and
love how
you.
Oh,
they like run out to shoot the flare to find the and then, oh wait, there are other people. They didn't remember there were other people.
Right?
You know, when you got out, you go, wait a minute, where were the other people? Come on, that would have been the first thing I would have done instead of sitting in the car waiting. Oh, there's a jeep. I know you're in love, but come on, there are other people. That just killed me. I was like, oh wait, I don't know.
why? That's why I had no sympathy for those two characters. Is
It
basically they're so self-absorbed.
it reminds me of like Willy Wonka when it's like, no, don't go.
No, wait, stop, come back, please. No, hold on.
When the kid jumps in the okay. I do think that it is kind of scummy that he has his memories, but he pretends that he keeps this facade up for a long time. Like when William Defoe's character shows up, he's like wants to still continue, but then like he'd have flashbacks and he would obviously know who he was. So that's why I think that like he wasn't the best character, which I guess we'll get into in a minute. But
Well, that's very true. I didn't talk about that. You're right. Yeah.
I mean, I just think like if you're faking it, like fibromyalgia, wink, wink, Steven, um, then like like it's
What
just
is
some.
your disability? I five for my out.
I mean, it's just like come on. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you are burned head to toe, you do kind of get karma there.
Oh,
I will.
absolutely.
I can speak on this because my dad had third-degree burns on his face. And I found him that way. I was 8 years old when I found him.
Oh, wow.
I can speak on this. It
Whoa.
is I have never. He was in shock when I found him, so he wasn't really in a lot of pain. But we went. So they have a big burn center in Augusta, Georgia, and that's where we took him. That's where the ambulance took him, and I would never forget walking in and seeing him as like a mummy, basically. And then
Oh
they
my
finally
God.
would take it off, like to clean it or whatever. And he looked just like Ray Fiennes. Like it was like more like a Phantom of the Opera, just half his face was burned. But
Oh,
it
that's
was, I mean, it like the pain that my dad would tell me like years later. He's like, that's the worst pain. So I can understand. Like,
oh,
I
I'll
do
bet.
feel bad for Ray. So maybe he's like, or I almost yeah, call my real name. I guess maybe. Do you think maybe he's doing that so he has like a little bit of humanity because if he comes clean, then does he really know like what Defoe's character is going to do to him? You know what I mean? Like maybe he wants to be pampered because he's been burned head to toe for the, it's just like, okay, I've earned this.
I mean,
Yeah, there you
he's
go.
in an
Probably.
he's in an unfamiliar situation. I guess keeping your cards close to your
Yeah.
chest is probably the best move he could make from purely a survival standpoint.
Right.
Oh, exactly. For
Yeah.
God's sake. You're across enemy lines, quote unquote.
Now, do
So
we think he's a hero, a flawed lover, or something else? Almost.
shoot. Um,
Yeah, I don't like
it's hard.
him.
That's a hard question. What do you think, James?
I don't care for that individual. Like, I don't think he has many redeeming qualities. Like, I think, I don't know. It's just he bugs me to no end. It's not like as bad as like the main character in Cimarron, but like he bugs me. Like I like everything that he did. And just I can't stand it. So no, he's a terrible person is my answer.
And they don't really do a lot to make him more sympathetic, do they?
Right.
I mean, he's sort of
There's no
like
redeeming quality in my mind.
really, he's
I
sort of
mean,
standoffish and weird,
I
and
mean, the only thing he did do now, granted, he had to give up the maps, but he did do it for his like true love that he felt. So like, maybe that's I mean, he had to give up the maps to the Nazis to go find his true love in the cave. So maybe that's I mean, we've all done dumb things for love. I don't know if I would do that, but like.
Well, yeah, but you know.
So is he the one that sold out Anne Frank? That's what I'm hearing right now. He's the
Yes,
one that
100%.
he's the one that found her. Um,
It depends on the production. If it's a very bad production, that's what people always say. If there's a bad production, Dan Frank, they're in the attic. Somewhere in the first act.
but I do think it's ironic though, like when you think about if you ask that question, who are you asking it to? Because if you're asking it to what's his name, Caravigio or whatever, he's gonna say
Mhm.
he was a man who betrayed his alliances. But I think if you say it was Hannah, she may view him as more of like a wounded figure that got her back to being normal. So maybe in her eyes, he
Yeah.
was like a hero or a saint because it got her back to being functional after losing her friend that died to the mine. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's like I
Yeah.
think it just depends on. I agree. I think as us as audience members, I don't like him, but I can see, maybe why he did it. But again, I agree, Steve. I don't think they gave us enough to feel that and be like, because it would be essentially this. Because like, I'm comparing it to Casablanca. I'm sorry, I just am. Because it would be the same thing as like Rick giving up Laszlo for
Hmm.
Elsa. And like the whole story, I would I have been upset if he did that? Yes, but it would have it would have landed a lot better than this story in my opinion. And I even think that's the wrong approach. I appreciate that he didn't, give Laszlo up. He gave her up. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's just I agree. I don't think we got to feel that sympathy and that kind of stuff with this guy.
And they did a good job, I think, in the script of saying, well, what is it? What is it? The husband says, well, I was there for her through all these different romances, and I've known her since she was
Mm,
3. So it's sort of like the best friend that finally got across the line,
absolutely.
you know. And she's married to him, and she loves him, but she doesn't love him passionately.
Hmm.
This is just, this is every person we've ever loved, who we've, gotten in a relationship with. Oh, well, I'm with you now. Wait till someone crazier comes along. I have a great job and I'm stable, but this guy has neck tattoos and drives a Harley. Okay, who'll go with him? Sure, whatever. So don't you think, James? You know what I mean? Like, isn't that the
um,
way it usually is?
Yeah, I see that.
which, if any, character did you guys sympathize with? I feel like this is not a very easy answer. There could be none.
I sympathize with.
I guess Kip.
Mm,
I thought he was like, he just came in, did his job,
I
had a
like Kip.
side
Yeah.
little side interest, and then like he was grounded. He had good redeeming qualities. He was a good person. Yeah. I don't know if like I would identify, but you know, Kip was. I think he was the best character in the movie.
I would say that.
Honestly,
I sympathize with Joffrey Clifton. Just like especially like whenever he like pretends to go, whenever he says he has to leave, then he like follows his wife, like he sees her, like get in the car, and like that's the kind of stuff. Like I just sympathize because I feel for the guy. Like
Oh
yes,
yeah, and he's
at
reading
the
a
end of
little
the
paper
day,
bag. Even him saying she doesn't remember our anniversary.
yeah,
Well, hello, red flag.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
So
So that's a good segue. Do we think that Jeffrey killed Catherine, or do you think it was an accident? I guess in the sense of, do you think he purposely? Because I definitely think he tried to kill Ray Fiennes' character, but do you think he tried to like murder suicide? Kill them both at the same time, or
I
what?
think so. I think that was the plan to get rid of them and
yeah,
kill himself.
yeah. He was gonna take everyone out with him. Like he fall soup. Everyone goes out with me in a blaze of glory and airplane crashing extravaganza. Like I think it was take everyone out. Like
Yeah.
classic murder suicide pact.
Which is a good idea. Hey,
I
fly
mean,
a plane into people. Well.
it is a love story. So if there's no murder suicide pact, is it really a love story?
Now,
Not according to Shakespeare. Never
right?
really.
Do you guys think that Almasy is redeemed in any way?
Not really. I mean, maybe that's the idea, but I didn't feel it. What about you?
No, I don't.
I guess I'll answer this way. I felt like it was so far long to get to where we needed to be for him to be redeemed. By the time we got there, I was like, well, I don't know. But, the pace of this movie was so such that I was trying to get interested, and keep my interest,
I
which
really think they
is hard.
have the bones here to be. I mean, obviously it was successful, but so who we talk about it. But I really do think it has the structure here to be a love story similar to Casablanca if it was an hour shorter and if we sympathize with the characters more. Because it
Hmm.
is a very, I mean, for what it's
I agree.
worth, I did enjoy the notion of him being bedridden, completely burned, and like reliving his glory days. And like, I did enjoy that. And then seeing, Hannah, I don't know if she had really like, I mean, I know she had like fall in love with him, but just like, I did enjoy that part. So that's why I'm like torn on the movie because I'm kind of mad because I do feel like there is something there for a love story. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
I agree. And even if it's a dark love story, like you're making me think of Double Indemnity. I mean,
Mm.
he's shot and about to die, and is narrating this thing and back and forth throughout it, and it's a very dark love story,
Mm.
of passion. But it's the same with this. But there's so many back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it's sometimes it's is it Hannah the nurse
Yeah.
Hannah's story, and sometimes it's not, and so I don't know. I would agree with you that it's got the bones there. I would agree with that.
The bones are there. Like I know the first cut of the movie was like 4 hours and 10 minutes, and they
Wow.
edited it down again.
Can you
And
imagine?
like I don't know, like I think you need to have somebody who edits that isn't attached to the film so they can
Mm.
just go in. And I feel like if they didn't have somebody that was delicate with the movie editing it, like and had a interest in it, like, nope, this needs to go, this needs to go. I think it could have been better because like also, yeah, also you need somebody likable. The only person that was likable to me was Kip, and he was hardly in the movie.
I think that this movie would be really good as like a 9 part mini series or a 5 part mini series on Netflix.
I'll give you that.
Really?
See that.
Because then you would only have to sit for like an hour and watch it, and I think you would just get more. Now, if you binge it, obviously same thing, but I do think it would be better if it was like a TV show, like a short series where it's you can cut that crap out, even though it may be over 5 episodes, so technically you'd be adding more. But you're not sitting
Mhm.
there like, oh my God, I don't care that there's bombs in the piano. Like, just get on with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say that we have to have likable characters and everything. I
right.
mean, that's a dangerous path. But I see what James is saying. You're right. Like, how few people did you even with the wife with Kristen? It was like you're not really. She really easily goes for for this other guy. You know what I mean? And they're making love right in front of the window. Well, it's Christmas time. While they're singing. It was just like, wow. I don't
They were
know.
singing ho ho ho.
But I would say that let go bring up Double Indemnity again. Neither of those characters are likable,
Mm.
and they're both pretty shady.
But you feel
But I
sorry for
still
both
like,
of them.
yeah, very much so. The Fred McMurray character,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, but non-likable is great, is fine characters if you have a compelling story, like Double
Right.
Indemnity. It's a compelling story. This I don't feel like is a compelling story, unless this is just movie is just not meant for any of us in this podcast. Like,
Maybe not. And I'm homosexual, and I didn't like it, so I
Do
don't know.
we like Hannah and her story? Do we think like what's y'all's take on her?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
That's how I feel about the
it's
movie.
it's meh. Like she's like Steven says, like Steven's famous saying, like if you love it or you hate it, it's great. But if you're like indifferent to it, like which I feel like we are to this, like it's like, oh,
Oh,
okay, it's fine. I got nothing against it. It's just I'm not really for it either. Meh.
when
I,
you walk out of a theater and go, well, "That was nice. Well, what are we having for dinner?"
yeah.
You know, you know
I liked
that.
her. I liked William Defoe's character, and I liked Kip, but I didn't like them intertwining. Like I didn't need them all to be. around Ray Fiennes' character. Like I just didn't need that, you know.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Um, should she have stayed with Kip, or do you think it was a war fling?
It was a showmance. It was it was a romance.
Yeah.
The
It's
boas
a
from the Wawa.
romance.
The boas
It's
from the Wawa.
like those stories that you hear, like it's a story that you hear from like
Yeah,
your grandparents. You're like, oh wait, that's not wholesome. I don't want to hear.
hmm, yeah. It's like you may have a brother in Vietnam right now. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, this is just
You
me
have a half brother
being,
in Ho Chi Minh right now. Go visit him. It's
yeah.
fun.
This is just me being, I guess, whatever my generation is, and growing up on Harry Potter. I cannot take Ray Fiennes serious. He will always be Lord Voldemort for me. I don't care. I cannot.
Ralph.
I will say he is a very good looking fella in this movie. I
Uh-huh.
thought it
Oh
was
yeah.
Bradley Cooper at first. Like
Oh
I think
really?
Ray Fiennes is very attractive. I have never really thought of him as an attractive man. He's a very good looking fella, in my opinion, as a straight guy. I think maybe Steven, you can. This is your category, so I'll defer to you. But I thought he was a very attractive man. But I cannot unsee him as Voldemort because he's obviously sounds like him. I just can't unsee it. Steven, is he an attractive man or no?
I very much think so. Very
Okay.
much think so.
And
Yeah.
then similarly, I can't look at Kip and not see Saeed from the TV show Lost, who literally was 20 years later and he looks the exact same way.
Yep.
Because he made a
Like
deal
There
with
you
the
go.
devil and doesn't age.
seriously, I don't know. Like I know the saying is black don't crack. What is it saying like with like Arabs? Like whatever. Cause like this man does not age. Like look up him on Lost. He is the exact same looking dude as he is in this movie, and it was 20 years later.
I know. See, you
It's
see
like
him as that. I think of him in Schindler's List.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That's
good
a
point.
lot. That and Strange Days. I mean, he was
I
great
don't
in
know him in
Strange
that one,
Days.
but
Really good movie.
I
uh,
and like I love him in Lost. He's one of my favorite characters in Lost. I hate neither one of y'all have seen Lost really, but I love that TV show. That was like my obsession growing up as a kid. I love Lost.
Really? Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. James, have you seen the Harry Potter movies?
I have, and I see what you mean. Like when I saw that, I was
It's
like,
like the boy who lived.
I I was not obsessed, but did I see several of the films? Yes. Can I like not unsee him as that character? Because let's face it, he was very iconic as that character.
Mhm.
Like that is the role he's gonna go down for the rest of his life
Yeah.
being known for. And like I can try to like unsee it, but like the whole time I'm thinking, what is he gonna do with these kids next? Like, I don't know,
It's fun.
Yeah.
it's hard.
But I
It's like
appreciate
when
it
you
though,
see
because like
Why did
appreciate
he have a fake nose? Where'd that nose come
like you
from?
do appreciate like that he is a good actor outside of just being Voldemort, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know, it's definitely a testament to his chops, but like we just can't unsee it. Like we just can't.
It's like when you see your teacher out in public, you're like, wait, what? This is not right.
It's like whenever I see Mel Gibson in a movie now, I can't see him without his mugshot. It's just how it is.
That's funny.
And
Okay.
that beer.
So do we think is this the most tragic love story that we've watched so far? I'm not saying it's justified, but is it the most tragic love story?
Hmm.
Uh,
Trying to think about
oh,
the other movies we've seen.
I mean, Casablanca is the first one that comes to mind.
But see, I don't call that tragic. I call that, you
I
know.
mean, it is tragic if you think about it. For if you're looking at Elsa and
Well, they don't end up together, but they found their love again. That's what I think in that movie.
okay, I could see that.
You know,
and I feel
we
like
have
Shakespeare
Paris.
in
They
Love
didn't have.
was a better love story than this.
Uh
I feel like Dell and Griffin from Plane Shows of Automobiles was a better love story.
huh.
Yes,
I
100% agree with that.
I'll give you
That
that
is
don't
one.
that
know.
is a
So
true
okay,
love story.
I do think it probably comes down to like what this and like Hamlet as the most tragic love story.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I
I
can
Yeah.
see that.
I do think this is the most tragic love story because hear me out. The husband decides to do a murder, unalive pack while trying to take out the other guy who gets badly burned. He then
Mhm.
has to, fly the why or no, I'm sorry, not burn then. He then has to like take the dead body of his lover into a plane, get shot down, catches on fire. He's basically dead. Let's call it what it is. And then you have someone like, even like Hannah with Kip. I think Kip was very upset that they didn't work out.
Yeah.
And the ultimate love story is William Defoe's character with his thumbs. I mean, let's be honest. My man's missing his thumbs. Like we've all wanted, try to catch a ride. Like it's not easy.
I mean, now
I
that
think
you
it's
say Willem
very
Dafoe and his
tragic.
thumb, I think that would be the most tragic one.
Or I got a better one for you. Is it more tragic than I forgot what the guy's name is, but Ben Hur and like his childhood friend?
Oh yes.
Yes, that is unrealized love right there. That is so tragic. He ends up having to fight. Yes, Ben
Especially because
Hur.
Testing doesn't even know there's love there. I mean,
Right?
I mean, it's a one-sided love.
he
Just
was
like
so
in Planet
drunk
of
he
the
didn't
Apes too.
I
No, but
damn you,
yeah. All right. So now
dirty apes.
the moment you guys have all been waiting for. Did we like the film? I'll go first 'cause I think I'm the easiest probably on it. I didn't hate it, but I'm not gonna watch it again. But I can
Mhm.
see the backbone and see the bones there that could be something. Uh, um,
Yeah, I see
but
what you
I
mean.
don't. But I won't watch it again. So I guess the answer is no. I didn't like it. I guess that's the answer for it. Fellas, what about y'all?
Uh, it was just
don't.
sort of. I don't have an opinion about it. It's sort of like,
That's
you
the
know.
worst, like you said.
I didn't particularly care for it. Like the one thing that I did enjoy was the scenes in Italy and like that Ed did because like I've been to some of those places. I was like, oh, I was there, but like I don't know. I just did not care for this movie. I thought it was boring, dragged out, and not very good.
Mhm.
This is the one that usually like your wife or girlfriend or boyfriend whatever makes you watch, and then you like hate them halfway through it. You're like, why? Okay. I think we ought to answer this one. Did it deserve to win? For those of you wondering, The English Patient got a 7.4 on IMDb. The nominations that year, Fargo got an 8.1,
Of
Jerry
course.
Maguire got a 7.3, Secrets and Lies got an 8.0, and then Shine got a 7.6. So we'll shout out some non-nominees in a minute, but based off the nominees, James, which one do you think deserved to win?
Fargo, 100% Fargo. Fargo was a far superior film. Like I don't. It's not even a competition. Like Fargo was so much better. And there's some other banger movies from this year, but
Oh
that I
yeah.
can bring
Oh
up.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
betcha. Yeah.
Yeah,
Steven, what about you? What do you think?
I mean, I'm totally with you. Fargo, 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 Fargo. There were other movies as well, but Fargo is just such a different film. Like I mean, most of the Coen Brothers films are very unique. Love them or hate them, they're very unique. They're out there, and Fargo is just incredible. Francis McDormand's performance is genius. I mean, Steve Buscemi, genius. Everybody in that
Yeah.
movie. It's just even the two girls who's like, you were the little fella? Yeah. Go Bears. Like everyone in that
Yeah,
movie.
it is they like to I spoiler, I agree. I think of the three, I've only seen Jerry Maguire, the other ones, but I think this is the I do
You
think that I do think that Fargo should have won because it's just a good, and I think it's the reason why, and maybe this is wrong of me, but I think I appreciate it more because I didn't have any expectations going into it. I knew it
mhm.
was a good movie, obviously, but like I had no idea on what level it was going to be, and that always helps, obviously, or hurts in this case. Like when I was watching this movie, um, but I
And other movies
mean,
like Sling Blade is a great movie. Sling Blade is a
hey,
really great movie.
Gilmer's a better movie than this movie.
Uh-huh.
there's some really bad movies that came out this year. I just want to shout out because I loved them as a kid.
Which
One of
movies
them
are
is the Shaq movie called Kazam.
Yes.
The other really terrible one is a movie called Dunstan Checks In. where it's like a chimpanzee moves into like a hotel. How does this
Ah!
work? I don't know.
Oh, how funny. Oh my
I
God.
mean,
Well,
Independence Day
we
came out
also
this year too, so like that's a good one.
also we got two major franchises that are still cranking them out. Mission Impossible and Scream were the
Mm.
first movies that were released this year.
And The Crucible, there was a good production, not a great, but a good film of The Crucible that came out this year. I liked very much. And
Yeah, so
there's a film version of Marvin's Room, not a great film version of a really great play, but some really nice performances in
there's
that. But
also a 1996 version of Hamlet. Um,
now, what is that? Is that by little Julie Shakespeare? Is that right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's got the horn with the trumpets that you don't like. All right,
Let's
so we're actually
shout out Kingpin.
we're all in agreement that Fargo should have won.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say yes.
I like that. That's awesome. That's such a good movie too. It's yeah. Um,
Wish we did that movie instead of this movie.
right.
Oh,
Alrighty, y'all. Well, I know
Oh,
this
and you know what
is.
else came out this year that was bad? Evita. I forgot. Oh my God,
I don't know
Evita.
that one.
With Madonna. You must love me. I mean, good Lord.
we all try
Don't
to
make.
collectively block that, Stephen.
And I just want to say this before we get crazy. Juliette Binoche was up for Best Supporting Actress. Why? Would you call it a Best Supporting role?
Yeah,
But it really had as much screen time almost as Kirsten Scott Thomas as
and she
well.
won.
Yeah, but that's why it makes me mad because she beat Lauren Bacall. Again, Lauren Bacall, Mira has two faces. Not a great film. Lauren Bacall is great in that film. She had never been nominated. She's like 145 years old. Come on, give it to her. I think she won the Golden Globe that year. It just made me crazy. So Juliette Binoche, whatever.
Yeah, I don't have the hatred you have for her. I actually didn't mind her. I thought she played a pretty good role.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
think
have
I
that
think
hate.
she did too, but
But I think
come
you
on.
just don't like her because you wanted Lauren Bacall to get it, which is understandable. But that's more of a knock on the Academy Awards, not on Brioche or what her name is. What's her name? Binoche. Yeah,
Juliette Binoche.
Brioche is a bun.
She's
Um.
Jewish. Juliette Binoche. Yeah.
Alrighty, y'all. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and select our movie for next week.
What's it gonna be, y'all? What's it gonna
What
be?
sad movie is it going to
Something
be this week?
something that's not sad.
Let's have something fun. I
Oh,
don't know, like
it's gonna be
Crash.
sad regardless.
Let's see. I think
I
fun
know
like
that's been
Crash.
our MO this year is all sad
I mean,
movies.
there. Well, to be fair, there's not really. Is there a funny movie here won the Oscars? All right, can you guys see my screen?
You
Yep.
sure can.
You can see the
You
big
sure.
wheel here.
Oh yes.
Wheel of Destiny
Let's look.
or Fate.
What do we have here? Let's see. I'm not gonna look. I'm spinning.
Oh wow. I don't even see it.
And
There.
next week we are going to be watching
Hold your breath.
All
Steven.
About Eve.
This is for you. All About Eve.
I could do
Oh,
the entire
okay.
movie right now. Do you want to do the entire movie right now? No.
Well, this is a one that we've all seen. It's still a sad one, but we've all seen it. I know, but at least we get a break from the monotony of them.
It's great.
This is a
It,
good movie.
It is. I'm excited.
I mean, any movie that has Thelma Ritter is a good movie. Period.
Yeah.
When she says "voila" and Eve says, "Well, that French ventriloquist taught you a lot." That was nothing. He didn't know. What do you mean? Tell Tyrone Power? Give him my phone number. I'll tell him myself. Like she's just
Steven,
brilliant.
somewhere some homosexual has written a play in your honor called All About Steve, and they've just never told you. Like somewhere, they've just never confessed their dying love to you.
And if you're going to talk about this, you have to talk about the musical version called Applause, which is crazy. I'll be talking about that.
No, you won't. Well, I'll forbid you.
I'm just saying, it has a song called what is it? Fasten your seatbelts.
See,
It's going to
this is what I'm gonna do. I'm
Give him
gonna
at
mute
least
you.
one musical number.
We've had tons of musicals. I don't want to hear it.
But
No,
literally,
no, we got to get Steven to
fasten
be
your
able to do a musical
seatbelt.
number.
It's gonna be.
We have. It's called West Side Story.
That's it. Don't you blaspheme in here?
Oh, I'm not blaspheming, but I'm just calling what it is.
Oh my! But
That was
it's a weird. Lauren Bacall played the lead in the 70s,
we
and
get to see
she sings in the key of B. Arthur. It's really crazy. Yeah,
our Marilyn Monroe in this week.
yeah. Why do they always look like unhappy rabbits?
And
Oh, butler. Oh, what is that? Oh, waiter. That's not a waiter, dear. That's a butler. I can't say, oh, butler. What if someone's name is Butler? You have a point. An idiotic one, but a point. See, I know what I
Gerard
mean.
Gerard Butler. All right, y'all. On that note, thank you so
I
much for tuning in today. If you are a fan of this movie, please let us know in the
For
comments
you.
how wrong we are. Roast us. We will happily have a conversation
oh
in the
yeah,
comments.
and
If
we'll
you
tell you
have
how
made
wrong
it
you
this far, please do consider subscribing, liking, sharing. It really does help. We really do appreciate it. We are trying to grow our podcast. But on
are, or
that
Brad.
note, this is the Chicago Cinephiles podcast signing out.